to Braaiing with Brews. Today we are making a lamb curry on the braai and we've paired it with a delicious ale. I have my beer expert Martin with me and my braai expert Fet. Now Fet, tell us about this lamb curry on the braai. It looks absolutely delicious and
wow,
we haven't even done anything yet.
Well, we have. We started frying off the onions and we've got a little bit of mustard seed in there, as well as trimmed lamb, which we just have the bones and a little bit of the fat, and that's going to be adding to the stock, or actually the gravy, what we call it. So we're actually making a curry on the braai in a pot, which is pretty much unusual. So
yum.
Excited.
Now Martin, you're my favorite guy because you always bring beer.
Oh, thanks.
Now tell me about this ale we have here that we've paired it with.
So our first choice for today is the Gallows Hill Pale Ale. It's a very tiny microbrewery. They do about 300 litres a month, 400 litres a month. What's unique about them is on their label they actually say what sort of hops they're going to use or they have used. So this is the Triple C, Chinook, Cascade, Centennial, all American style hops, which means that it's an APA, an American pale ale. And the reason I paired this with the lamb curry on the braai is because it's quite fruity, but it's not as intense as an IPA. Okay. So it's a lot easier and it will probably cut through those sort of strong spiced flavors. If you can't get hold of that, we've got golden ale from Devil's Peak, also made in the American style. It's called First Light. Very, very nice, very fruity, closest to a lager that you'll find of the ale varieties, and they should all pair very well with the food. All
right, speaking of spices, Fet, I see you've just thrown a whole plate of looks like chili and garlic.
Ginger, garlic and chili.
Yeah,
that's right.
I was right.
You can't have a curry without those three, isn't it?
Holy Grail.
The Holy Grail, exactly. What we have is we have coriander, and that's always going to be the most dominant spice in an Indian curry. We've got coriander, we've got cumin, turmeric, chili, garam masala, which is a mix of different spices, and salt. And those will all go in and basically flavor the curry, and you don't want to put that on for too long. You want to cook them for about 30 seconds to 1 minute and then add your liquid and then boil them further, because if they are on too long on a dry heat, they're actually going to start burning. So you can see the onions are almost done. I'm going to start taking off a few of these bones, and I'm going to add in those dried spices before I add in the tomatoes.
Yum.
All right, so those will go in.
And now we just stir for 30 seconds to a minute, you
Roughly,
said?
correct, without burning your knuckles.
Oh, you're getting food all over us.
Yeah, I might have to lick it off my own feet.
Well, you're going to enjoy it. But now you're going to start getting those aromas of the spices coming through. And if you get in there, you want to have another smell?
Yeah, I do.
Sure.
That's so good.
It's been in for about 30 seconds, so we're going to add in our tomatoes.
Just canned tomatoes.
Canned tomatoes are fine. If you have the time and you really want to, you can take the skins off boil your tomatoes, take the skins off, and you can add those. But canned tomatoes, absolutely perfect.
If you can't find yourself an ale for something like this, just watching all this dairy go into it and the sort of richness and creaminess, something else that would really cut through that would be a good lager or a pilsner. That's sort of crisp and rich, crisp and refreshing, and you know the bubbles give you a nice pop in your mouth. It would really cut through that.
What are you doing now?
All right, right now I'm adding the lamb onto the coals. I want to pre-cook the lamb a little because we want that smoky flavor to run through the curry. I can add a little bit more yogurt here if I want, or I can substitute that. If we don't want it too dairy rich, we can add in some water just to avoid it from getting too thick and starting to burn and stick to the bottom of the pan.
All right, well, it's been about 40 minutes. We've added the meat to the curry and it's just about ready to eat. I'm so excited. All right, Martin, you ready to give it a try and drink some beer?
I'm pretty happy to give both of them a try.
There you go. Have a little taste of that.
I'm going to have to blow on it a little bit. Is it hot?
It's hot, but he's just hungry. He's got glasses on, but his eyes are closed. He's enjoying it.
That's good.
That sauce is really good.
Martin?
Yeah. Aha! Your little pink friend. Right, so Gallows Hill Pale Ale. First time you trying it. Ladies first.
Thank you.
Guys, don't be shy when you're pouring your beer in to let the beer hit the bottom of the glass to give you some nice head, because the flavor is in the head and that's also where the aroma comes from. First thing you notice on the nose is that sort of very, very fruity smell.
Really fruity.
So let's give it a little taste.
That's perfect with the curry.
I think that little bit of bitterness works well, especially with a curry that's done on the braai like this, because your mustard seeds that went in right at the beginning
Wow, that's
will
good.
create a bit of that bitterness, and that'll also play against the bitterness of this beer.
Pineapple-y, mango-y. It's like you've put some of the sambals on top of the...
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. Well, cheers to that, guys.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.